our player in the top right. He is now a teamless, I believe it is the red Zerg player from France. It's Stephano.
And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left. Is he also teamless, or am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. Spawning down in the bottom left, it is the Ukrainian Bly on fire. Did
Bly SC2.
Hang on.
I'm looking. Seems he is teamless.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He was on Archangel Gaming until very recently.
Ah, okay, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, up until about 2 weeks ago, so it's okay, I forgive you. Stephano, I believe, has now left Gamers Origin as well, as he is now concentrating more on his employment and his full-time work and being a good old adult boy. To be fair, both of these guys have been playing this game for a bloody long time. I remember I worked for Acer when Bly first joined Acer. That was a long time ago even. That was 8 years, I think, probably. Jesus, I'm so old. Oh my god, it was 8 years, I think. Yeah, it was. Wow. Bly's been playing for a long time. He's great. He's been around nearly as long, if not as long as Stephano. So this is two veterans, definitely. These are the old gunslingers. Bly, of course, the king of online cups. He's so good. He plays every cup. He's probably made like $1 trillion or something. I think that's accurate. From just like $20 online cups. He's great. If you have a cup, Bly's playing in it. And he's probably winning. So I really, really am glad we still get to see these players play. I'm always a sucker for the old hats, you know, the old die-hard players. But Bly does not play like a normal veteran. Most veterans, you know, you think of like Cast. He slows down. He plays a very standard style. Bly don't do that. Bly is the polar opposite, in fact. He is the king of doing things differently.
Absolutely, he is. He is the kind of player that you hand him a match and you say, start a fire. And he's like, okay. And then he
like
hands you back the match. He hands you back the match and then pulls the fire from behind his back. Yeah. He had it the whole time. And you're like, where did you get that? How is it floating in the air? And he's like, ah. And then he just kind of, you know, fades into the shadows. Yeah,
and alongside that, he's already started like 9 fires already that day because Bly just likes to set things on fire. That's a quick baneling nest, and that's a quick roach warren. Ooh, actually, so this is interesting because it does look like a baneling nest would have been going down there. Now you're the Zerg expert because I know that you play it very, very well. But to me, if I saw that, I'd think, okay, he's just getting his baneling nest. This is all normal.
Well, with the lack of a third base, so he didn't get the scout on the lair. But
he did see the spawning pool not spinning, which I guess is pretty indicative itself, right?
That is, yeah.
Did I just do an analysis?
You sure did.
Yeah,
you are ready to play Zerg. Look at this, by the way, from Bly. This is going to be 2-base Muta.
Yeah, he's got those gases taken. He's not saturated the gases, though, which is interesting to me. Oh, there we go. He's going to saturate those gases now. This is 2-base Muta, most definitely, as you said. The lair has finished. We should be seeing that Spire go down as soon. Now, there we go. And Stephano going to have to deal with this. And if you haven't been practicing, if you're a little bit out of practice, Mutas are very difficult to deal with. ZVZ generally, if you're out of practice mechanically, probably the hardest matchup because it is so fast and so frantic and you know, Ling's move speed. But Bly is looking to be very, 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 very aggressive here, and Stephano has to handle it.
This is a nice, cool move. It's very standard, but you start up that Roach speed upgrade. You show your opponent that both these Evo Chamber and Roachborn are wiggling. They're getting upgrades done, right? But you don't know what the upgrades are. Nope. And Bly, if he wants, he can cancel Roach speed. However, he is the kind of player who will let Roach speed finish and be like, well, you know, I can go mass Muta, or I can go for like 4 mutas or 7 mutas, and to just mass Roach, and you can't see where the Roaches are coming from because I blinded you. You don't have anything on the map. It's like, well, fair enough. I guess that sucks to be me then, doesn't it? And he's like, yeah, it does. As he unburrows like 4 Roaches at each of your bases.
Yeah, that's a very Bly thing to do because he has made a good amount of roaches. Only 2 mutalisks currently in the production tab. There we go. 5, 6 now coming in here. Stephano is making roach, and of course he does have that that third base up and running a little bit quicker. There we go. That Goliath reconstitution roach speed cancelled by Bly. He is going to commit to mutalisk. And if Stephano isn't ready for this, and right now Stephano is not ready for this, this is going to be rough.
Ooh, now this is really good information though for Stephano. Not only does he see this, well, okay, he sees the mutas straight up, so he doesn't need to make a read. But I'm like, oh, he sees the gases. That's so good. And it's like, well, okay, but he's seen the mutas.
The mutas are like killing him, so he probably knows.
Yeah, he knows that his opponent went mutas. It's pretty clear.
Even I can tell that he went mutas. This is a lot of mutalisks though, and as we said, how many spores are there right now? There's not a single spore down, so. They're going down now, but I mean, it's just going to be up to Queens to defend. Overlords are going to be picked off like crazy. Stephano has a lot of supply, of course, and a lot of it is in drones as well, as he just produced another big round here in order to get rid of, or to get them remade after making spores. I forgot how to talk for a second then. But Stephano has a big roach force moving up at the top left here, and if that force can find its way across somehow without these mutas seeing them, why you gotta do me like this? I mean, yeah, not good. Look at all these overlords here too.
Though. These are +1 melee lings too. Oh my god, they're actually just tearing these drones apart.
The mutas are the threat right now. This is it.
Yes, such good damage.
Yeah, and I mean behind this, how many overlords have died this game already? 6 and an overseer, 7 and an overseer. It's not good, unfortunately, for Stephano. Now, Bly is continuing to just make mutas as kind of anticipated here, as he doesn't have upgrades for anything else. Those lings that came in, they did have speed. Okay, so he did start speed up just very, very late. Now, the roaches moving across the map can find damage if the mutas don't intercept them in time, but there's a lot of mutalisks here. They're not going to find a huge amount, I doubt, unless they fly away right now. Mutas, you need to go and fight, because these roaches are going to tear these workers down.
That they are, and that was a little bit of a, I would say, a huge misstep actually from Bly. He's going to lose 17 drones. Didn't even bother pulling them. He just let them all die, and now some of the roaches are actually going to escape. Tunneling Claws and Burrow will complete. There is an Overseer here, though, so it's not going to matter.
No.
Banelings, though, they have speed? No, they do not. But they do have +1 melee.
Burrowed roaches there. Burrow up underneath them. Oh, he's going to ignore the Banelings. What? How can you... Okay, he's coming back. He's like, no!
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
If Bly had not been, we can... Oh.
Well, you can kill my workers, I can kill yours. 8 go down, it's not as many as Stephano managed to kill, but Bly now once again has a worker lead, despite the fact that he lost 17. Stephano's Hydralisk Den has now completed his infestation pit on the way, and both players making an unlucky 13 number of drones as we speak, powering up. And actually, I thought this would end in the last couple of minutes, but both players have done a good job of sort of stabilizing against the damage that they took and returning fire in Stephano's case, and we kind of evened out a bit here.
Yeah, definitely. Stephano, this is better news for him, because as he techs up, things are going to get better for him. I love this burrowed ling. That's cute. Oh, that's a lot of spores. And he loses 2 mutas right away.
Yeah. He's going to get a gas geyser and stop gas mining. He could get the infestation pit here. I actually think he can outrange the spore and get that. But Queens will come up. Another overlord will go down as Bly continues to play his game of killing overlords. He has now killed 8 and an overseer this game, so it's not a small amount of minerals that have had to be remade. The spore crawler will almost certainly die. Oh, Transfuso, keeping it alive, just kidding, haha. Bly behind this is just getting +2 air weapons, making more mutas. We have lurkers on the way though for Stephano, who's going to pause the game.
True. Yeah, correct. Yeah, this is
analysis.
This is a funny situation from Bly, because normally when you play this style, you want to go up to a massive number of drones, but we haven't seen that yet. He's only on 60 drones, and he is building more drones just now, but normally I feel like you want to go up to like 85 while keeping the pressure really, really heavily applied.
Okay, we are of course now back in the game. Stephano just needing to sneeze or something, I don't know. And a lot of lings being made right now by Bly, like a lot. Like, he's going up into the 40s, which is some decent chunk of lings. And as we said, right now Stephano is probably at his most vulnerable because he's trying to transition into lurkers. The Hydralisks are now fully shown, and he gets to see how many there are, which is important. The +2 armor could be really, really, really good if Bly can pick that off, but it is quite defended here. There's a bunch of overseers as well in order to keep things up. This is, I feel like a very scary moment, actually. Baneling speed is done. Those Banelings are going to attempt to roll in there to the mineral line. 6 will go down, but the Banelings can also just crash into Hydras. There was a big Baneling flank as well. That killed so many Hydras.
Oh, that is huge damage right there.
Yeah, that is exactly what Bly needed. Now, there are still actually maybe enough Hydras alongside the Spore Crawlers. Bly has lost quite a lot of Mutalisks this game. So far, he has lost in total 11, 12, that number rising to 13 now. So Bly actually not doing... Oh, no, he did so much damage. He killed 22 workers. He's up 31 workers now. Yeah, okay. Bly definitely finding the damage he needed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Stephano getting knocked down to 36 drones is really, really problematic. But he does now have the ability to go up into lurkers.
Yeah.
Bly should be thinking of either teching up or, you know, getting more economy, like whether that means ultras or going into his own roach or like Hydra Lurker Viper. Either way, he needs to kind of ride the wave here a little bit. He needs to advance his position a little bit more, and it is going to be Hive coming on in.
Bly is throwing away a lot of Mutalisks against Spore Crawlers. Those laser beam fire and Spore Crawlers just decimate Mutalisks here. And Hydras as well doing a good job. Bly doesn't want to be throwing away. Imagine right now if Bly has 16 more Mutas.
Yeah.
He'd have double the amount of Mutas. Which would be insane, and we'd be looking at a very different scenario. So Stephano's static defense has been great. His worker count continues to rise again. Banelings are going to connect with mainly Queens here. A couple of drones will go down, but it's the second wave of Banelings that are so scary. Luckily, though, we got lurkers. 10 more drones do go down, but that could have been a heck of a lot worse there fast.
Oh, it could have been so much worse. And now we're seeing a little counterattack coming in with these burrow move roaches from Stephano. Finally grabbing a little bit of initiative with a counterattack coming on in. Is he going to be able to find anything with this, though? That's the big question. Looks like Bly is...
I think he knows.
Oh, he sees it. Oh, my God.
That's so cute.
That is so sick.
Yeah, and that means Stephano's about to lose some roaches, unfortunately. So that counter damage has been found down here at the very south side of the map. Hydra's kill drones so quick, steadfast. That is ridiculous. And the lurkers are supporting them as well behind. This base will fall down, but it does look like Bly is just going to go for a counter of his own. And this time there's no lurkers to defend. These drones are going to fall very, very quickly with the Mutalisks coming to trap them up. Every base is just under siege here. And it's going to force Stephano into almost a full retreat. The Queens even came here for Stephano. They're now going to have to run as well. These lurkers, oh my God, sending Mutas into this many Hydras is so scary.
There's honestly not enough Hydras, and they were pretty low on HP, and that will be a cleanup here. The problem is the Queens, with their heavy armor and mass transfuse, is going to be a little bit too much, but, oh man, Bly lost 25 drones. Still, Stephano lost a good number of drones of his own, 12 drones going down.
Yeah.
And this is like kind of razor's edge. The next engagement could decide everything.
Yeah, I still feel like Bly is in a decent spot, but Lurk is getting those big glaive attacks onto the Banelings. One more and they all would have fallen down. This is not a fight. I feel like Bly is really overstepping with Mutas. Like, he's done this a few times now. There's no way he should have lost 28 Mutalisks this game. Banelings rolling in, Bly finding that damage that he's been able to find so continuously this game. He will eventually get cleaned up, of course, by these lurkers, but every drone he kills is quite difficult for Stephano to replace. Bly now has double the worker count of his opponent. Stephano's army, I'd say, is still stronger. It's slightly lower in army supply, but it's, I mean, a lot of Bly's army right now is roaches. No, it's not. It's still all just Mutalisks. And they can't fight into Queens and Hydras at this point, as we've seen so many times. Ultralisk Cavern, you were correct there from Bly, though. And, yeah, this is a very odd game of StarCraft.
It really is, because we haven't seen Bly, going heavy on economy. I mean, he
No.
tried to for a little bit. It's been like a lot of just like really debilitating punches, but not knockout punches. Like a lot of, I would say, kidney shots would be a way of describing this game.
That's smart. I like that. The Lurkers have been doing a really good job. Stephano was, when Lurkers were first introduced, he was the guy who was like, I'm making Lurkers. Nice cancel there by Bly with just a few lings. Baneling's going to roll in once again. This time there are no Lurkers, and that's a lot of damage. If the last one was a kidney shot, that was an uppercut, and GG, Bly takes map 1.
It was not clean. It was not straightforward, but he ultimately does take this down, and that's a nice result for Bly. In terms of how this group is laid out, this is a really, really important match for both players. Stephano at 0-2 in series and 0-4 in map score. And Bly is 1-1 and 2-2. So he is really looking to definitely take this one down.
It's not unexpected. Stephano did tweet, I think his exact wording was, let's see if I can find it, that he'd played literally 3 games in the last month. Is this? No, that's some graphic designer. Ilyas. I can't find his Twitter. Stefano. Oh, I know what it is. It's Geo Stephano still, I think. Geo Ste. Okay, I can't find it. Some OnlyFans came out instead. Stephano SC2. We'll be getting into map 2 very shortly, guys. Stephano tweeted, that's Geo underscore. Qualified with about 15 games played in the last month. He said he's playing like a massive turd, but apparently it's enough. I mean, it's just wild to me that someone can qualify with that little practice into the most competitive tournament in the world. So, a great result. Even if he doesn't do too well, he's making himself some money by even being here, and just by playing this game. He is now a Chief Information Officer, I think I just read.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means, but I want to do it.
Sounds pretty neat, that's for sure.
He posted a load of pictures of himself topless on Instagram, and he's had a perm, which is cool. Stephano just lives the life we all dream of living. Like, we've all seen the pictures, or maybe that you haven't, if you haven't been around for many years, of Stephano back in the day, sunglasses, handcuffs, just the absolute legend, like the biggest rock star we have ever had in StarCraft, without a doubt. And I'm really glad we still get to see him play. Let's get into map 2 to see if he can bring it back. I've had a good day, Steadfast. Have you had a good day?
I have too. I have too. It's been a good one. Yeah. And well, with that, let's see if this man can make his day a little better. Spawning down on the bottom left, it is the Frenchman, the original GOAT foreigner. He is Stephano.
And his opponent in the bottom right, someone who's been around nearly as long as him. I mean, everyone knows that he is on fire. The blue Zerg player from Ukraine, it's Bly. I really like Bly. Always... As a person, he's lovely.
Oh, nice. That's nice to hear. Whenever you find out, like, someone's just a good person, it's just like, oh, that's nice.
Stephano's as wild as you can imagine. I said this in many events over the years. If you're ever at an event and Stephano asks you to go and party with him, say no, you'll die. But Bly is lovely. Me and him, a few years back, we had a disagreement about a silly tweet I sent, and I apologized. I bought him and his wife a drink, and we were best friends since. He's a lovely guy. He's just nice. He plays this game. He's very good at it. He's got a lovely wife. I'm pretty sure in where he lives, he's like a quadrillionaire because he's made so much money from this video game. Yeah, it's so nice to have 2 players that have been around so long still competing at one of the highest levels, at the highest event that we now have in our circuit. It makes me happy to know that old men can still do it.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of inspiring, to be honest.
I couldn't do it.
Right? Same. It's not easy. It is really, really tough.
Like,
really tough.
Bly is a year older than me. Nearly 2 years older than me. And I'm not young. He's 32.
Oh.
Stephano. How old's Stephano? I think Stephano's like 28. I were to guess.
Yeah, he's still pretty young, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, which in StarCraft sense, ancient. He is 28. Yeah. I was right. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, Bly 32. We don't want to look at it though. God.
No, he looks young.
He looks young. Anyway, this game, what's happening? Anything? Bly is getting +1.
Yeah, he went Evo Chamber before speed. Ooh. So he's gonna be going +1 melee before speed. This is a very nasty build right here. This is a ladder extraordinaire build right here. And this is really cool because if he just represents a 2-base Muta or 2-base Roach build once again,
this can
good
really
luck figuring that out as Stephano.
Yeah, you get a couple too many queens and those lings will decimate them. One final Stephano thing, playing this game, his earnings, just in prize money, not to mention he was also on like EG and made a bunch of money there, $300,000 over. Ooh. Sheesh. What a legend. Okay. Or even getting that second Evo chamber. To fake that things are a little bit different, I like that. Speed, as we said on the way, will be finishing at about the same time as +1, or maybe slightly after the Roach Warren. This isn't real. This isn't what it is. I mean, he might let it complete because it's not that much of a loss, I guess, and to have it isn't bad. Stephano at the other side has made a bunch of lings, actually. He's already up to, oh no, just 6. Okay, not as many as I thought. And he's going to see that Speed isn't done yet for Bly. And even this, if you see this, are you thinking, okay, what's he doing if speed isn't done at the standard time?
Well, you're probably thinking it's 2-base Muta, or you're thinking it's
Rage. A Rage Rush
layer. Yeah, like a layer, or sorry, not a layer. A Nidus all-in. You're thinking something cheeky. Oh, look at this. He's even taking the gas in case Stephano gets forward here.
Yeah.
Is he going to transition out of this?
I don't know. No,
okay, never mind. He started +1 he started melee, he started missile, and then turned it into Carapace.
Yeah, he's keeping all of the lings as well hidden, and he's just going to hit so suddenly, and I'm very scared for Stephano, who does not have a Baneling nest. Here we go, it's ling time, speed is done, +1 is done, Bly is going to storm out across the map. Now, he is a little supply blocked, actually, so he can't make any more lings, as that Overlord will need to finish. Stephano going to do the smart thing and create a full wall here. I love it, that's a very intelligent move, but the Queen is it's okay, but the third base now, how do you defend it? You don't is the answer. That third base, unfortunately, will fall down, and that should give Bly a bit of an advantage. A large one.
Well, the thing is, Stephano droned really, really hard, so killing the third base is actually not anywhere near enough. Bly is droning up a little bit. The thing is, you need to get a lot more damage with this, but I think he is going to be able to find that damage. Yeah, he bullies this forward. Oh, but no, you know what? Enough of a hold, and Stephano, he's ahead
11, 12 drones, This is really good for Stephano. Oh my gosh, Stephano. Bly hasn't seen this, right? There's no way. No, he hasn't. Wow, this is about to get very, very, very unusual here, because there's no way I think Bly would be Bly would be expecting this. I don't know, maybe this is something, you know, after you defend, you can attack so heavily with roaches. I really like this move by Stephano. My only concern is that he actually doesn't have any overlords or anything by the main, so he's gonna have to do it just slap bang outside the natural, because queens have now taken over the main as well. He could also do it up towards the gold here and punish the third. I think that's probably the best option, right?
Oh, 100%. It's okay. Well, I mean,
or you can
actually,
just walk.
You know what? All the overlords, they moved away from this this overlord of Stephano, so he's just gonna move the roaches in. Now Bly will force a base trade. Oh, and he's going to see the Nidus network with this.
Yeah, drones are going to be destroyed here, but Stephano has so many roaches. Taking a look at the numbers right now, Stephano actually is only up a few roaches. In terms of upgrades, though, he does have +1, but Bly has +1 Carapace, which affects all of his units in order to counteract that. I don't hate this for Bly. If he can just get a few more roaches, and now the spines are down as well, sure, he's going to lose his third. That's not great, but he might be able to come out of a pretty big counter push here and maybe punish Stephano. I don't know.
This has gotten very weird right now. The funny thing is, like, killing all the queens. Actually, he didn't even kill all the queens. Stephano still has 2 of them live. If he'd killed all the queens, would have been a very, very good scenario for Bly to be going into Midas. But as it is, that's not what we're seeing right now. Corrosive Vials do find an Overlord. That's pretty nice. 4 is the magic number there. This is a nice move from Bly. He's going to be going up into that gold base.
Yeah, I like that. Bly, ever the cheeky player. And now he's going to start sending his lings around a long way here, so he can maybe get a cancel on the 4th if it had gone down himself. You can see he actually has vision on the gold. He's even going to catch these roaches. And these are +1 lings. They're going to tear through the roaches. They have Carapace as well. Just take that 1 extra hit here from those roaches in the melee. And this is a great pickup here for Bly.
Yeah, that's a huge find right there. Finding like 6 roaches for a very small loss. That being said, he doesn't want to lose all these lings right here.
No.
And
No.
you know, Stephano is still very far ahead. He's up 13 workers. He's up a significant amount of army supply, and he's got more relevant upgrades.
He's going to be, and not only that, he's soon to be up 2 more upgrades. Like, he's getting +2, he's getting +1 carapace, we'll even that up. Bly is going muta, but I'd be a little bit concerned that if Stephano gets +2 and that +1 carapace and just goes, that Bly might not have the muta count he needs. He doesn't have... oh, he does have a good amount of gas banked, actually. Okay, so he's going to be able to make like 10 mutas, which ain't a small amount. But he doesn't have 6 gases anymore to keep that number growing. He's going to get those now onto the gold, which is nice, of course. But his gas was hindered a lot by losing his 3rd base. This is a weird game, Steadfast. ZVZ is my weakest matchup anyway in terms of trying to know what the heck is going on. But then when you've got Bly and Stephano as well, it's not even ZVZ. Oh, 4's the magic number. I'm completely lost.
Yeah, this is it's a funky game for sure, but this is a very Bly-esque thing to do. Force out a bunch of mutas and try and just try and make the game weird and then get mutas. That is what Bly loves to do. And he's so good at throwing just these feint maneuvers at you. Yeah.
But Stephano's just gonna go. Oh, you can't push up into this though. You could take the roach warren, that would be okay, I guess, to stop more roaches coming out, of course. That's not a bad move, but I really don't know if this is the play from Stephano right now. He's pushing into 3 spine crawlers, plus those corrosive bios. There's mutas just raining down those glaives from above. Stephano has a lot, though. He's doing a good job with the roach count. You can see the roach HP, a lot of them very, very low and beginning to fall. And as long as Bly can save most of his drones here, I don't know if Stephano made the right move. Ooh, but that changes things.
It does, actually. The ability to reinforce there is going to be really nice. We are going to see the muta try and get the Nidus network. They will, or Nidus Swarm, they will take it out, so no queens to reinforce
19 drones, though. 22.
So many drones. Oh, they got sent to the gold base, and they all went down.
Yeah.
And this is looking like, this is just probably too much damage.
I think so. I don't know if Bly's going to be able to deal with this. You can see behind this, Stephano's getting his Hydralisk down. He's making spores, so he cannot die to the counter push, because of course Stephano right now is throwing away so many units. Like, army supply is he's still up, but it's all in roaches, and they have that supply bloat thing we talk about so often, where really they don't trade that well. The more you have, they're good, but not great. And of course, he has nothing to deal with the mutalisks now. These mutas also going to be able to pick off these roaches. Bly is not droning behind this. He knows he has to win with what... Okay, Bly is droning behind this. He probably knows he has to win with what he has, but he's going to try and fight his way back in. I guess if he finds the right amount of damage, it's by no means over. Stephano doing great here with these Nidus Worms to keep Bly back. But now we have... Oh, actually, there's a lot of roaches getting caught.
Yeah, that's kind of nice for Bly.
Okay.
The main problem is, like, he's got nothing to really come back economically. Like, it's... and there we go. Wow. There's a ton of 2-1 queens.
Goblin beat Clem.
That is going to be... Sorry?
Goblin beat Clem.
Oh, that's sick. That's actually a crazy result.
That's a crazy result. Anyway, to carry on with this, the queens are now hit. Spores are coming down as well. Stephano is taking up residence outside of Bly's natural and main here. Bly is trying to get more mutas out. He's trying to make spines as well. He knows right now that this is a very scary situation for him. He's not as far down in workers as he once was, but he's certainly not as high as he'd like to be. Bly has to now break this, and I don't see a way in which he can do it.
Yeah, neither do I. This is a matter of he's doing the best he can with what he's got, but what he's got is not enough, and it's not the right type of thing.
No.
And yeah, this is just the queens alone are going to be so well against this. Yeah,
there's probably enough queens to win this fight, especially when they have, as you said, 2-1, right? Yeah. They are doing a lot of damage, and their range is ridiculous. Goblin calls them Tempests, of course, Bonclone Tempest. I mean, there's no way. Bly, unfortunately, is running out of time, I think. He's going to try and take the fights here. He's going to get directly over it and try and kill everything he can, because actually, the Spore Crawlers are unburrowed and trying to get onto Bly's creep. With the spines here, maybe, but again, Bly's still got no workers. Stephano's taking the gold, going up to 4 bases against 2. It is just a matter of time here as Stephano will be able to get, most likely, his first map on the board here, and maybe even his first series, as we are very likely, Steadfast, to be going to a map 3.
That is looking extremely likely right now. The Queens are out of transfuse energy, but as the Spore Crawlers move forward, things just become worse and worse. Yeah, another muta goes down there for Bly. He's down to just 14 mutas. Like you said, this gold base, it's too much to contend with.
Yeah.
And Stephano, he can just pump out so many units. He's adding on Hydras now.
Yeah.
They've got the speed upgrade, which is a funny choice there. Not a bad one, but just a funny one.
Ooh, counter-attack here with Lings, but I mean, it's like, what, 6 Lings, maybe 7 Lings. Queens alone, plus the Hydra reinforcements will be dealing with this. They don't find any damage whatsoever. Bly looks like he has actually counter-attacked towards the gold base as well of Stephano with his mutas, if I were to guess. No, it was Ling, so they're cleaned up despite killing just 2 workers. And now we see that the army is at the front gates here. Bly is in a lot of trouble. Bly's fire will be put out very shortly because Stephano he's just gonna choke that fire of oxygen.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot you can do as Bly right now. Like if he had a hidden base, or if he had,
a better army.
I don't know, a better army. If he had 25 speed banes with +2 melee, maybe. But he doesn't have any of those things, and we are going to see Stephano moving up the ramp now. He's got a ton of Hydras with this. He's got Ravagers and Queens in the front to tank. Going to drop some Corrosive Biles, forces the mutas around. Bly, he is fighting his darndest, but the spores are going to be too much. And GG is going to get called. We are heading to our final map of the day.
We're going the distance Steadfast, and the best thing about this is you haven't been to sleep yet. So you're absolutely dying. And I am fresh as... I'm not. No, I'm knackered too. Okay, yeah, one final map to determine who takes this series. And of course, not only do they win the series and have an opportunity, but also they get 125 buckaroos just for winning every series. And if you're a player like Stephano, who's maybe not confident in his abilities to qualify to the final 16, 125 extra dollars on top of your prize money is pretty nice.
It's a hell of a lot better than nothing, that is for sure.
Yeah.
You're going to be pretty happy about that, to say the absolute least.
Yeah, I mean, $125 for someone who's a chief information officer, so he's probably a cajillionaire. This is just nice, it's nice to see a hobby that he's making a little bit of cash from still after a decade of playing the game. Lightshade will be our next map. Wow, who'd have thought? I really expected Beckett. That was a joke. We're never going to see Beckett.
It seems pretty unlikely. Looks like Bly might be taking a gander at the old... Oh, never mind. There he is.
Someone sent me some stats earlier. I think it was Sinistry. It was Cine. What did he send me? So, Beckett. Guess how... Okay, of all the maps that have been played, guess how many... So, I will tell you right now. Total maps played 158. Guess how many were Beckett?
3.
4. You were close. 4. And only 17 on
That was a comically
Blackburn.
low number, too.
Yeah, it is comically low. So, at 34 hours and 23 minutes of StarCraft played before we started today, only 4 of those 4 maps in that time have been played on Beckett, and I promise you, they weren't long maps. We'll be getting into our next game, of course, in just a moment, just seeing if the players are ready. Stephano is ready. Here we go. Countdown has begun. Our final map of the evening, but don't you worry, because me and Steadfast will be returning tomorrow for another... I think only tomorrow. We're only doing 3 series, actually. Tomorrow is hyper short, so that's exciting. Maybe you'll get some sleep.
That's the plan. I am planning to cover ESL Open Korea Saturday.
You're ridiculous. You know that, right?
I know. I've got an insane streak going. I can't lose. I
know. Guess how many I've done in a row. No, of course I unfortunately have other commitments, so I wish I could do them, but I can't. Anyway, let us finish this off as we go into our final map of this best of 3. Steadfast, introduce our first player, if you will.
Absolutely, spawning up in the top left position, going for a 12 pool. Thank you. It is Bly.
Oh, this is an hour-long game. And his opponent in the bottom right, he is the red Zerg player, the legend, $300,000 in prize money. Currently teamless, the chief information officer himself is Stephano.
Yeah, I can't wait till both players, lose all but... It's a drone pull, and both players lose all but 2 of their drones. Or, like, Bly loses all but 4 of his drones, but Stephano has, like, 2. And by the time that they get back to mining, it's basically they just start with 4 drones each.
Why have you got to say these things? Why? So, okay, so of course, 12 pulls, 6 things. Is this a drone pull?
I don't think so. He's not... Oh, actually, maybe.
Oh my god, is it a proxy? It's a proxy hatch.
Ooh,
It's a proxy hatch,
he
right?
He might proxy hatch, and then...
He's just...
No,
he's proxy hatched. His money went to 300. Oh, he put a hatch down in the natural.
Yeah, you put the hatch, yeah. But he's going to build a spine on the creep in the main.
On the edge of the creep, right?
Yeah, and Stephano will not see this. Does not have vision.
He does not have vision, you are correct. So
he went
this
hatch
is
gas full, which is
so
the greediest way of
scary.
opening.
This is really scary. We now see the Lings making their way downtown. And unfortunately, yeah, I don't know the rest of the words, but I would have gone with it. Natural here probably has to be... I mean, he might let it complete, but it's still very difficult to hold, and that spine crawler is now going to complete. It has now been seen, unfortunately, and will be pulled, but it's already going to be completed. Drones fighting on the ramp here. They get pretty good surface area, but the spine crawler are going to start just wailing down here. The natural, unfortunately, it does look like will go down, and with all the drones coming down here, that just means the spine can reposition closer towards the main, and that's exactly what it's going to do. So this base now in trouble, the natural in trouble, every base is in trouble right now, and Bly has found a pretty good opening. Now Stephano can save all of his drones, that's nice, but what a long-necked boy.
Oh, that is a long-necked boy, and that is the Lings sneaking into the main base, now dislodging this spine. This becomes so expensive, if not impossible. Like, this is going to be so difficult to deal with. We do have Stephano saving up money or transfuse energy. Oh, and look at the positioning, Stephano. The Lings are attacking into the worst choke imaginable. Okay, now they get to the surface area.
But even still, like... It's not...
Queens are actually shelling away at this quite nicely.
Yeah, they really are. Now the Lings are getting on top of the Queens, and that means that they will have to use transfuses on themselves here. The spine will live. Oh my god, that spine surviving right now is so brutal here for Stephano. Bly, unfortunately, going to start picking up drone kills here. The second Queen will fall. That means the Queen is... the spine crawler is going to be completely safe to continue wailing away. Finally, the Lings are going to have a go. Try and pick it off. They do get it, but they pay for it with their life-ish. One of them might get away to tell the tale. What's happening, Steadfast?
Well, this got real weird, and you talked about an hour-long game.
Oh no.
What I mean is, it's not off the table, that's for sure. He did get a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
He is going double gas behind us. I would have loved to have seen Bly target down the extractor with that spine crawl. That would have been... he clicked the hatchery at one point and started attacking that, but it would have been much better to kill the extractor. I think it was only like 4 more pokes to kill it off, and that would have been super worth.
He would have got, with the amount of pokes that went into the hatch, we could see its hit points, that was like 3 or 4 pokes easily. So Roach Roaring for Bly, that's coming out kind of early here. In terms of gases, he's sitting on just a 2 in his mains by the looks of things. Stephano has a few Lings out, but he doesn't even have speed yet. So they're never getting any work done, or really even much information. They're going to see that the Roach Horn in the Evo chamber is going down, but it's Bly, so you never know if it's bloody real or not. There could be, 10 gases and like 4 hidden hatcheries at this point. You never know. Stephano going to get a Roach Horn of his own, but Bly is up 8 workers already, and that is a pretty large number here.
Yeah, the big loss after all this was the Queens losing all that inject energy was really, really disastrous, and we're seeing the effects of it now as Bly has been able to, he's been able to inject this whole time, and Stephano just now getting up to the ability to do so, and of course drones building them, cascading effect. Now I will say I'm a little bit confused by Bly's decision to go for +1 melee here. I feel like he wants to go mutas again, but I also feel like
gas. He's making a lot of lings. A lot of lings.
He is. And a Baneling Nest. Like, this is going to be like...
Is this going to be a +1 ling Bane attack now?
I almost wonder if he might cancel the +1 melee, but that would be so weird to me.
I have no idea. I'm putting it out there to the universe. If chat knows, good for you. You're much more intelligent than I am. Stephano got 9 roaches on the way. That's a decent amount. He's going to be very safe defensively, of course. He has a good amount of lings, now has speed. +1 melee, getting closer and closer. Oh, that's a good hit there by Bly, and that may even be the trigger pulled by Bly as he now sends his lings across the map. The good news for Stephano is, as I said, he does have 9 roaches and 6 more on the way, and they're going to be able to trade pretty well here against all of these lings. These banelings do not have speed in order to keep up here and connect. This base, so, might just be targeted down by Bly. He'd lose a lot in order to do so, but that does seem to be the play. Actually, Bly's just going to go. The banelings are going to crash into the roaches here, and they do a decent, well, not really, but when all is said and done, alongside all of these lings, they're going to do a decent amount of damage. They get the lings that are coming to reinforce here. I don't know if Bly has quite enough to break this down, but he's doing a pretty darn good job of killing a whole bunch of roaches.
Nice Ravager morphs from Stephano in order to save these roaches.
Stephano's so when you morph workers, what is happening?
Yeah, they're even on workers. It just does. This game just doesn't make sense. This is just a Bly. This is the series we expected, by the way.
Yes.
It's just absolute bonkers.
Bonkers.
But yeah, you get +5 armor for morphing into a Ravager cocoon while it is on the transition. So lings, unless they have their +1 melee, like they have a really tough time breaking through.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, okay, I'm going to do the maths here. You don't have +1, they get +5 armor. That means you heal them for 4 every time you hit, right? Is that how it works? Bly doesn't really have many roaches right now. Stephano does have a decent amount of roach Ravager here, and he's going to start sieging away at the space. He forces queens to be pulled. There's a couple of lings and a baneling up here trying to fight, but Stephano's going to handle that as well. Stephano is really making some aggressive plays on the map right now. He's up 20 supply. If he kills this base, he's going to be in a really good position so fast. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Yeah, the +1 melee lings, there's no layer, which means that, and there's no great economy for either player. Wow, we're actually seeing Bly getting a macro hatch.
That's unusual.
That is very unusual. That's like extremely unusual in this matchup. He's actually going to go Ravager Ling with this, I think, too, which is going to be very cool. So he's going to try and use the lings to surround his opponent's army and then get big corrosive biles. He's got a lot of gas in the bank.
Yeah,
but
he needs to, huge amount.
He needs to build overlords. Yeah, 4 overlords on the way right now. Meanwhile, big counterattack coming on in. This is so weird.
Stephano's really pushing right now, though. And Bly has a decent Ling Bane army, but there's a lot of Roach Ravager at this point. And if Stephano can just bring his army together, Bly's doing a very good job of keeping him back, because there is another counterattack actually at Stephano's main right now. This could be scary. Imagine if like 4 or 5 more Roaches were with this army. We could be seeing a very different scenario here. The Corrosive Biles coming down onto these Baneling cocoons, cancelling a lot of them. Baneling's trying to get into the Ravagers and the Lings here, but the Roach is tanking a lot of them, actually. Wow, nice micro there by Stephano, and Bly as well, making sure that those Banelings don't explode. Now the spike goes down. Stephano is up 30-40 supply here. He's bringing in his reinforcements, as I said he needed to do, and I think Stephano's just won this series.
It is certainly looking that way right now. Bly trying some very fancy stuff with that Spinecrawler rush, gets himself in a decent lead, and then does a Ling Bane all-in into a Roach Ling all-in. And that's never a comfortable thing, especially when you spend money getting that +1 melee and it doesn't finish in time for your initial attack.
Roach gonna get killed.
He dealt with this so well.
Yeah, now the Roach Worm will go down as well, meaning that it's just going to be Lings forced to defend against this many Roach Ravagers. And there's still such a healthy number here. They're all a little bit low, they're beat up, they've taken hull damage, as we'd say. But now the drones are also going to be under fire here, and Ravagers love fighting into drones. We're going to see a Corrosive Bile, I imagine, very soon coming in on those drones. And if they can get the shot off, maybe they get a bunch of kills. It does look like maybe with Defender's advantage. No, there's no way. Bly's down to half the supply. This is completely over, and Stephano, the underdog, this has been the death of the underdogs here, because Stephano is going to be able, with just 15 games played this month, to pick up the win and to pick up his first series of DreamHack Masters Fall 2021. GG, Stephano does it.